Alright, so I made most of my fixes. Right, I added texture to the batter. I played around with some of the stuff up here. Changed the mystery juice. I was going to extend this frame, but I decided to just slightly make you a little bit bigger. I'm fine if there's a little bit of dead space. There should be a little bit of place where, because this is very busy, so I don't want to make it too busy, right? But I was able to fill in this space right here, right? I added some like smoke, and I fixed the chocolate chips, made them actually look like little chocolate chips. Let's see, I fixed some of the stuff down here to help give variety. That's about it. I do think I could make this slightly bigger. But what if I do? It could be intruding on this. So, I don't know. I mean, it's about the same size as my original. So, we might just roll with that. I fixed my problem. I'm just going to upsize it by 0.25. And this way it'll still fit on my Bristol paper while making it slightly bigger. Now, I don't know exactly how to get 0.125 on a ruler. I think 0.125 is right like that first big tick, which would make sense. But 0.875, like, oh no, sorry, 6875, like, what the hell is that on a ruler? I don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit of like rounding, basically. All right, so the 13.125 will be the length. All right, and I need to get that correct. The width, I had planned on bleeding these cookies, but if I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't, because there'll be somebody else's. I'll either be on the top or the bottom of this half page, right? So I don't want my work to kind of infiltrate their area, because what I'm thinking, since this is a half page, right, they'll take my final file, put it on there with the other one. If I'm on the bottom, it'll be fine with the cookies and stuff, but I don't want to like impose any restrictions for this. So I probably won't bleed the cookies down here and just not worry about it. I don't know how I'll go about it. I'll just take it all the way to the edge, and then we'll play around with it digitally, see if I need to do anything different. Right, because that's the end goal, right? Once you get your final, you scan it, take it in my case, it's Clip Studio, balance the levels, make sure the contrast is good, the white is actually white, black is black, and then there's your chance to do any fixes. And at that decision, I could finish out the cookies for a potential bleed. And so I could have two copies, one with a bleed, one with no bleed, just to see, because again, it'll depend on where I'm at on the page. All right, So now my big decision is what it's 11:30 at night. Do I ink this, or do I just go to the final? I'm feeling pretty confident. I've been doing so much inking lately. I feel good, and I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. So I'll probably size this up, right? So if it took an hour to do this, it's probably going to take an hour, maybe a little bit more to do the rest, and then we'll ink it. So that took, I don't know, like almost 2 hours to get the pencils. A lot of changes have happened right from here. So the biggest changes I made was how I did the mystery juice. Other than that, a lot of the things are still kind of the same. I just played around with different detailing, and I think it's dope. I'm gonna take a quick break to come back at it with fresh eyes, and we'll talk about it then, see if I have anything to say. If not, then we're going to get into inking. Let's do it. Alright, y'all, so everything looks pretty good. The only thing I want to personally change is this bubble for step 3 is a little bit smaller than step 1 and 2. So I think this width right here can move over a little bit. So there's a lot of detail here, and I'm kind of wanting to go with a simpler inking style. So I've got these things right here. So this Tombow pack, you always find them together. They're so common, they're even in Walmart. I think I even saw some in Kroger's. But one's a soft tip, this one's a hard tip. They're like felt tip brush pens. These are what I'm going to do pretty much all the work with. Right, I'm going to use the soft tip because it can get thicker when you use that for contour lines, especially for 402. And then the thinner one is going to do the brunt of the work for basically everything else. I brought a size 8 micron with me. That is going to be for the panel gutters. Are they called gutters or borders? I don't know. Whatever they are. The 8's going to be for that. And then this Pentel, I forget what this brush is called. I just think of it as the Kim Jong-gi brush because it has this reservoir of ink, and this is one of the main brushes he would use all the time. But this will be for any kind of like spot blacks or anything like that. I don't anticipate a lot of heavy blacks popping up in this piece, but we'll see. I'll do all the baseline work first, then I'll go in and add the shadows and stuff like that. Right, it's not going to be a it's not going to be a fully rendered with hatching type of thing. Right, it's going to be a little bit more simpler. Cause you'll see. Alright, y'all, so forgive my voice. I'm not used to recording this late. It's 3 a.m. I usually work this late, but I don't record this late, so I'm not used to talking at 3 in the morning. Regardless, this is the final at this moment. Since I've been staring at this piece of work all day, I'm not going to call it done until tomorrow, though it looks pretty good. I think I just need to clarify some things with line work, and honestly I think it's pretty much done. There's just a couple touches, but I'm out of time today. But no more than another hour, maybe. Alright, well, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Alright, y'all, so it has been a full day since I've looked at this, and I'm seeing it for the first time right now. Let's see, the things that stick out to me, I want some more contrast here. So I could do two things. I could just fully black it out, which would draw a lot of attention to it, or I just do another round of hatching. Let's see. But this panel's good. I do think I could bring in some more just some more strong shadows. I think that would overall be beneficial. Right, like I'm thinking I could kind of just black out some of these parts. But then it's like once I start, then I would have to do it for them all. But it is, there needs to be something to happen, because right now it's a lot of visual information. And if I bring in some things to simplify it a little bit, I think that can help. So, let's see, because there's two things I could do. Right, I could black out pretty much all the negative space in between the panels. That would bring all the panels forward more, or I focus on putting some blacks on them. This is when it's like, what do I do? You have a lot of options, and usually at this stage, whatever you choose to do can make it or break it. So I'll just start small with things that I know should be done, right? I think it would be best if I black this out, this rim back here of this bowl. So I'll probably start with that, and then we'll just kind of go around from there and kind of attack each panel and see how I can make it feel finished. Alright, so this is where I'm at now. I feel like bringing in some more blacks, like strong shadows, have overall benefited the piece. Alright, so now I want to compare it. Alright, you hear don't compare yourself to professionals quite a lot, but I'm going to do it anyways. So this was my master copy of, I forget what page it was. but it's the comic called the Middle West. It's by Jorge Corona, and Scotty Young is the guy who wrote it. So basically I just want to compare, because these stylings are kind of similar. Right now, of course, the paneling is vastly different, right? But overall, right, like I'm really looking at this panel, right? Like we have some spot blacks, we have a little bit of hatching, some light hatching, expressive line, and I feel like I achieve it here. Now I could compare to something like this, right? These are two different master copies. I've done these in past couple of videos. I couldn't tell you what video these guys were from, but this big one was one video, and then these two were one video. But I'm more looking so up here, because this bottom one, this is from I didn't write it, but it's from Godzilla Skate or Die, and their style relies a lot on the color for separation, right? Whereas this, it was colored, this Hellboy piece, but it can work outside of coloring, and I think we're pretty much there. Right, it's always hard to evaluate your own pieces. This is typically when you would want to reach out to somebody, so I might send it to I will send it to my mentor. His name is Joel Jackson. He's worked on Stealth Hammer. He's done some kids books. He helped me out on Toilet Paper Trash. Awesome dude. He's definitely been a great mentor for me. Yeah, I'll probably send it to him so him and then a couple other homies, and I don't know. The reason I'm taking this so serious is because it's my first published thing, right? I mean, in school I got into the school magazine, but let's be honest, nobody read that shit. So if they did, they were tightly connected to the school. But in the Scribbler, it's going to comic book shops, it's at conventions, right? They'll have the same issue going to a lot of different places. So I want to make sure this is as good as I can do. So I'll send it to a couple friends. Alright, y'all, so I sent this out to a couple friends to kind of go over some things. And here's what we discovered. Well, one thing was I meant this up here to be chocolate chips and not chocolate cookies, right? We're making chocolate chip cookies. So I need to remove that and put chips. The other thing, I decided I want good separation between this background and these panels. So I went ahead and did that. And we decided the chocolate chip cookies should look a little burnt, since they're cooking for 4 hours and 2 minutes. Which it took my buddy a while to understand that pun. But he got it after thinking about it for a second. So I'm happy about that. So this is what we ended up with. Alright, so we fixed that to chocolate chips. We added kind of a light gray here. I feel like this gray really just kind of helps make some good separation. And I did add a little bit more, find out more in the next, I didn't actually finish that, so I need to stop and finish that real quick. And I put find out more in the next issue of Toilet Paper Trash. That way people that are reading it in the magazine will know that this is a character that's part of something bigger. And I don't actually have plans currently to put this into issue 2, but I may do it as like a Kickstarter reward goal to like finish out this little story, because the main thing is nobody eats 402's cookies, and he doesn't know why. He thinks he's good at making them. He's a service robot for our main character Adam and Vincent. Vincent is Adam's dad. And nobody eats 402's cookies. He doesn't understand that the mystery juice is not a good idea. Or baking for 4 hours is not a good idea. But nobody has the heart to tell him, because 402 is such a sweet character, even though he is prone to danger, I guess you could say. I will, I guess this is a good time to talk about the plug. So right now it's not up for, what the hell is it called? Right now the Kickstarter is not up for pre-launch, but it will be very soon. And it's going to be an extended issue of issue 1. And I'm adding issue 2 into it. Me and my mentor, we discussed that issue 2 really just feels like a great continuation of issue 1. And since issue 1 Kickstarter failed, it makes sense to try again this way. And I'm going to add a couple little extra little stories in there. What this took, I guess you could technically say, over the course of 3 studio days it took me to finish it. But the drawing and the inking I did all in day 1. And then I made some adjustments day 2. And then on day 3 I made a little bit more adjustments. But now, once you do it, I could probably finish the rest of this pretty quickly. So thanks for watching, and the next video is going to be something fun. I'll see y'all then. Peace.